Hello everyone, I'm Barbara Blank. I'm the president of the WWGA. Paul and I have put together this little video because we will not be having our normal WWGA opening fall event. You know, a shotgun start, mixed flight tournaments, a nice happy hour, cocktail hour in which we could mingle and say hello to friends who might have been away over the summer, and then a luncheon in which we outline the events for the year. But like everything else that's gone on these last 6 or 7 months, we've had to reconfigure our opening event to fit within this crazy COVID time. Our lunch will consist of, our opening will consist of a staggered tea times, assigned foursomes, and a bento box lunch, which you'll be able to enjoy in the grill room, on the veranda, or to go. But we will outline in this video the program for the year, and also we'll be able to recognize the winners of last year's major tournaments. So let's talk about our year. As you all know, COVID is still a threat to all of us, and your safety remains our highest priority. And to that regard, we're going to continue to operate under the guidelines that the club and the golf department developed during the summer when we resumed operations and resumed playing in the league post-COVID lockdown. And what does that mean? That means that we'll be having staggered tee times, no shotguns. They will be staggered beginning at 8 a.m. and you will always be playing your own ball. No scrambles and no shambles. Although scrambles and shambles appear to be a format in which we could keep social distancing, in fact we tried it here at Wycliffe and it failed. So again, it's all play your own ball formats, staggered tee times beginning at 8 a.m. Also, we're not going to be including the weekly schedule of tournaments in our WWGA booklet this year. That's because we need to retain some flexibility in terms of adjusting the tournaments as things change vis-a-vis COVID. However, we do have a general program that we'll be following, a general schedule for the tournaments, and they're as follows. The first Tuesday of the month, for the time being, it will be pick your foursome, or what we're calling assigned foursomes. You signed up with a foursome or sign up by yourself, and the golf staff will assign you to a foursome. The second and fourth Tuesday of the month, we're going to play 2 flights, AB versus and then CD. The fourth Tuesday of the month, we'll be having hopefully playing in flight. That means we'll be playing A versus B versus C versus D. Our goal is to be able to return to normal mixed league formats as soon as possible, but of course your participation is key. As soon as possible means as soon as the staff and the members feel safe. But for now, I'd encourage you to come out and play. If you're still not comfortable playing in a randomly assigned foursome, come out and join us when we play in the in-flight tournaments. I believe that if enough people participate, we'll be able to organize them so that you're playing with someone whom you might already have played with in your foursome, or perhaps someone you play with in your normal weekly regular games. So as you can see, we've reshaped and had to reconfigure the league a bit. However, at heart, it remains the same. An active league organized to provide weekly tournaments that are designed to provide sportsmanship, camaraderie, friendly competition, and mostly fun. And now I'm going to ask Paul to again outline the general protocol in which we'll be operating, and then to recognize the winners from last year's tournaments.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, Ms. Blank. I'm Paul Reifenberg, Director of Golf at Wycliffe Golf and Country Club. And today I'm going to cover some of the basic guidelines that we're operating under with COVID-19 to still play safely. So for some of you, this will be a reminder that have been here playing under these guidelines. And for those coming back, please adhere to these guidelines so we can continue to keep playing golf. So number 1, when you arrive down to the staging area, try to come down 30 minutes prior to your tee time. That will allow us to only have a certain number of people in the staging area at one time. You can practice and then get started with your play. When you are here in the staging area, please wear your mask and adhere to social distancing 6 feet apart at all times. When you are using the practice facilities, chipping green, putting green, driving range, you can take your mask off in those areas, but in the staging area, please keep your mask on. Once you make it onto the golf course, what you'll notice is that flag sticks don't need to be touched. The flags have an easy lift putting system installed. You use your putter to simply lift that hook up once the ball goes in, and the ball will pop out. On the tee box, there should only be one player going up to the tee box at any time. So wait for that person to complete hitting, and then the next person can go onto the tee box. On the putting greens, there should only be 2 people on the green at one time. So the person farthest from the hole should go first. They should be on the green, and the person that would be next should be on the green preparing to go. Once that first person completes, they should then walk off the green and another person should come on. I know it's a bit difficult to manage, but always make sure you got that 6 feet between you and your playing partners. The bunker rakes are also removed from the golf course, so if your ball goes into a bunker, you can just simply mark the ball, lift clean and place it as near as possible, no nearer to the hole, and play from there. So those are the basic guidelines on the golf course for how we can play safely. There is one more. Please bring a refillable cup with you each time you come down here to play golf. Our beverage stations, the ice machines, water machines are active at all the comfort stations. There's napkins provided to press that button so you don't have to touch the same button as someone else, or you could use your glove. So please bring those refillable cups down here. And now for that all-important recognition. We don't have that format where we can truly go over all these winners and get their trophies in front of everybody else, but it's still very important to recognize them. They had great accomplishments. So if you see these ladies, please congratulate them when you see them. Starting with the ladies' 2019 Ryder Cup, in our third flight, runners-up, Joyce Primos and Marika Hubscher. Flight 3 winners, Ellen Kahn and Sharon Richmond. Flight 2 runners-up, Marcia Lipschutz and Dr. Leslie Silverman. Flight 2 winners, Nancy Nesbitt and Susan Zackerman. Our Flight 1 runners-up, Ruby Teich and Arlene Ginsberg. And Flight 1 winners, Espy Turetsky and Annette Gold. The second major was the 2020 Wycliffe Cup. In our fourth flight, runners-up, Nancy Robbins and Joanne Weinstock. Our Flight 4 winners, Ellen Kahn and Marika Hubscher. Flight 3 runners-up, Susan Leibowitz and Marty Kleinman. Flight 3 winners, Anita Silverman and Marlene Sherman. Flight 2 runners-up, Sheila Miriam and Rose Appelfeld. Flight 2 winners, Susan Zackerman and Harriet Ross. And our Flight 1 runners-up, Sharon Furia and Kara Lehman. Our Flight 1 winners, Ruby Teich and Kelly Luck. And last, our Ladies Club Championship. Flight 3 runner-up, Sally Wexler. Flight 3 winner, Eileen Bloom. Flight 2 runner-up, Marcia Sirota. Flight 2 winner, Dr. Leslie Silverman. Flight 1 runner-up, Kelly Luck. And our Flight 1 champion, Joyce Siciliano. Ladies, please when you see these ladies, give them their recognition. Looking forward to a 2020-21 season. We know it's different, it's new, but we're still excited to still have golf as an activity. There's plenty of rounds being played. Keep following those guidelines, and I look to see you on the golf course.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Before I close, I just want to add a couple of items. Firstly, you'll be receiving a gift at the luncheon along with your WWGA booklet. It's a long story with this gift, but I won't go into it now. But just to know that actually this gift was purchased to be the closing gift from last year, and that's all going to make more sense to you when you see the gift on October 27th. Next, I'd like to thank Sue Miller for storing the cartons that house all these gifts in her garage over the summer, and for organizing our golf event and the luncheon on the 27th. I'd like to thank Judy Kroll for spearheading all our membership activities and for creating the WWGA booklet. I'd like to thank my whole WWGA board for their support. Their names are listed in the booklet. Please take a look and read them, recognize them, and thank them. They've been fantastic in working on your behalf throughout this whole year. And lastly, of course, I'd like to thank Paul and the whole golf staff. They've been fantastic in helping us navigate our way through this very, very crazy time. So with that, I thank you for your support. I wish you all a healthy, safe, and fun WWGA season.